So Hornsea One offshore wind farm is going to be the world's largest offshore wind farm. The onshore cable installation is a 38 kilometre triple circuit 220 kV installation. It runs from the landfall at Horseshoe Point all the way up to the new substation at Killingholme. We've got 3 trenches. Within each trench is 3 individual 220 kilovolt cables. So from the project's conception, it was decided it would be a direct lay cable installation.
A direct lay system entails installing the cables direct into the trench as opposed to through a pre-installed duct.
The client Dong asked us to direct lay the cable, so it was a relatively new way of working. We looked at the process, we developed a system with rollers. The fact that we'll have one set up in between the cable pulls, so one set up, pull cable 1, 2 and 3, and then we lay the cable off into position so it minimises the handling of the cable. In and around that there are other areas of innovation.
The first stage involved is digging out the trench. We use a V bucket, make sure we've got exactly the right angle, a safe area to work for the operatives.
Each bucket's designed for the ground conditions, so the angle of the bucket ensures that safe entry is achieved and the risk of collapse is taken away through design.
We then install a sand bed using an innovative bit of kit that we've developed, a sand hopper.
So we've developed a purpose-built sand cart for installation. We get a consistent level of sand in the bottom and it reduces the losses. We then install bespoke rollers which we've designed and fabricated ourselves, install those into the trench, and there's no need for any movement or resetting for each of the 3 poles in each trench.
There's also the way that we're handling the drums. There's some bespoke drum trailers manufactured for the job and then paired that up with a reach stacker, which is an industry first.
The drums are delivered by an external haulier. We then offload them using our reach stacker. Try and remove all the crane lifting. You've got the risk of high winds, so you've got a program risk as well. The reach stacker takes all that out of the equation.
On each drum there's between 1,500 and 1,600 metres of cable in line with the section lengths. They weigh between 27.5 and 31.5 tonnes, which all fit nicely on our new cable trailers. It then enables us to take drums anywhere along the route using the existing road network. The cable trailer itself has a power unit on it to enable us to turn the drums.
The cables are pulled via 10-ton winches, but the cable trailer actually turns the drum to reduce the pulling tension on the cable. Once the cable's installed, you've got 3 cables sat on the roller system. The rollers are then pulled out using a magnet system with the triple rollers. The box rollers are lifted out using traditional lifting chains. Once this is done, we lay off the cable and then install sand above, again using the sand cart.
We have a number of engineers on site. They'll set out the cable trenches, they then record all the positions of the trenches, the positions of the cable and the positions of the backfill.
These survey points are accurate to 20 millimetres. This data is then passed through to our CAD department who create as-built drawings and produce the final documentation for client's handover.
Traditionally, we install a hard 12mm thick cable tile, which is quite robust, tricky to handle. The cable tiles that we're using on this project is something that Dong Energy have pushed through and really Dong's innovation. They've challenged the specification and come up with tile tape on a roll.
So the tile tape allows us to install 3 tiles at the same time on 250 metre rolls as opposed to individual 1 metre long tiles. So over the 38 kilometres we had an environmental study done. We have an on-site ecological clerk who works. Any areas of ecology are identified up front. We can mitigate those by a number of ways. We can exclude the areas, a number of them we've drilled underneath. We've had badgers,
Great Christian newts, barn owls,
There's water voles,
otters,
nesting birds, so all of that's part of the programme. The one thing that to go along with the innovation is the quality of the guys that we've got working out there. All Murphys, all members of staff. I'm taking them from a pipeline background, working cross-country pipelines, and it really fits with the cross-country cable work with the wind farms.
Prior to this, we'd be looking at 1 cable installed in a day. On this particular job, we are installing and setting up in day 1. We pull 3 cables day 2, then we remove the rollers and backfill day 3.
We understood that each individual element was achievable, but the key and the hard work of the project team is understanding how that could be fitted together to make the 3 pulls in a day possible, which is what we've now achieved.